Hey everybody, Brian here. In this video I want to show you this car here. This is the first brand new car we ever bought for our home house, and this is a 2021 Honda Civic, and this is 1 litre turbo, 1 litre VTEC Turbo Smart Plus version. So this car is 124 horsepower, 1 litre VTEC Turbo. This is a white orchid pearl. There's about 23,000 kilometers on the vehicle, and like I was saying to you, we've actually owned the car ourselves since brand new. But when I say we, I mean myself and my partner at home. I don't mean the actual garage itself. We had 4 of these cars in a row. So the first one was Smart Plus 2018 in black, then we had a 19 blue one, then we had a white 2020, and then we had this 21, and we kept this a long time. But this is actually the first one that we ever bought brand new, and it's nice because it's the phase 2 model as well. But anyway, it's time for us to move on. We've gone into a slightly bigger car again. What I want to do in the video is to show you some of the reasons that we bought these cars and we use them as family cars at home, and hopefully you think it's something that you like yourself. This colour is, like we're saying, a white orchid pearl, but in the sun today it's a really nice colour. Just wait till the camera kind of see the actual fleck that's down in it. It's really nice when sun shines in it or under artificial light, so it's kind of hard to see, but you see it's a really deep 3-stage pearl colour. So on the rear of the car, one of the things I really liked on these that was always on them, I love these LED lights on either side. When you drive up behind these at night time, if you've seen them on the road, they look very distinctive, and I like that. But the phase 2 meant you were getting these little inserts and the grille became smaller in here. Just to give you some familiarity, this car here is a phase 2, so you can see along here there's the insert, whereas this one here is a phase 1. So phase 1, bigger black grille. Phase 2, smaller black grille with the insert. The phase 1, phase 2 thing you can see on the front of the cars as well. So if you look at, say, this car here, this is the phase 1, bigger black grille. Phase 2 has a little insert and a slightly smaller grille. And the other thing you'll see on this part of the video, halogen headlights in a phase 1, LEDs on a phase 2. So similarly then, this car has the nicer LEDs that are on the front in terms of the indicators, nicer LED headlights and dip lights, and those LEDs which are fog lights as well. And the wheels are marginally different on this version also. I think it's a really good looking car. So let me show you why. One of the biggest reasons we ended up with Honda Civics, we had a child that was 0 years of age when we bought the first one, and the buggies. The boot is really big on these. The fact that you can take this out, put the buggy in, it was one of the biggest boots that we could find on a car at the time, and we were selling them at the time as well, but there was other alternatives, but bang for buck, it was the best boot size, and this was flexible as well when you loaded it up. So it was really good that way. One other thing, they didn't come standard, but I put a spare wheel in it at the time, so that will stay with the car obviously. And I always liked the proper, and this is an official Honda part, it's a Malaysian VTEC Turbo badge that comes on Malaysian models. We didn't get it in Europe. It was an official part, and I just think it's nice because it is the exact same emblem that sits on top of the engine that's in the car as well. I'm a bit OCD, I just think it gives a little bit of a sort of symmetry because you have a Civic badge that comes from the factory and then the proper official VTEC Turbo on the other side. Anyway, I'm talking rubbish, but it's just something that I like. Two other slightly more unique features on this car were, normally they came with a chrome strip that went around the windows. Just like the cars that we had, I always took the chrome off. So up around here, that ends up being replaced with a black trim. So basically everything on the car is either black or white, and there's no chrome, and I think it works a bit better. And the other thing as well, I just put a tiny little splitter on the front of the car. So you'll see there's a small little splitter, plastic, same kind of colour as the other plastics on the car. Just makes it look a little bit lower and more aggressive than the other ones you see on the road. Let's go for a quick drive, and then we'll come back and we'll look around the features on the inside of the car. The first thing you find in the Civic is sit low. It's kind of sporty feeling. The gearbox is lovely. If you ask anyone about the gearbox, read any of the reviews, they always say kind of how nice the gearbox is. It's a thumpy engine. It's like a 3-cylinder engine, so it's a 1 litre turbo. Has this nice kind of thump when you accelerate. Visibility is good all the way around the car. Nice big touchscreen in through the centre. But when you're on back roads, now I'm driving slowly obviously because it's a tight road, but when you're on back roads, it's independent suspension all the way around. Feels really sure-footed, so it's the kind of car, you know, you can drive on a bit on a back road and feel safe and feel kind of sure of what you're doing. These are the last of the manual Civics. Every Civic from 2022 and 23 onwards became automatic hybrid. And I prefer manual cars to drive. There's a bit more of an engaging feeling. So this is pretty much nearly one of the last of the manual Hondas for Europe, and that's pretty much it. Everything else going forward is petrol hybrid. So for me, it's kind of some of the last of the driver's cars, and they are fun to drive. It's not super fast, but it's enjoyable to drive. Okay, in terms of the back, that is the service kit. Actually, this car has a full service history with the garage here, obviously. So that's just the servicing items that need to go into it. The seats are in excellent condition. Most of the time, this car was driven by my partner. We had one child, so she'd sit in the back. So it's had a pretty easy life in the rear. This is just, I'm going to leave this in it. It's like an iPhone holder for a child. So you can literally slot your phone in there and then they can watch it or whatever. But the door cards are in nice condition. There's tweeters here, electric windows over here, speakers down through there, 3 head restraints, 3 3-point safety belts. It's privacy glass on the rear. And like we were saying then, 22,000 kilometers. The car really hasn't done that much work. The passenger seat was rarely used actually, because most of the time I'd have a different car home in the weekends and stuff, so we normally use that instead. So this one sat up for quite a bit. But anyway, so seating's in nice condition, plastics are in good condition. So what we'll do is we'll run through all the features that are over here. A couple of cool things, like they have a black spoiler along here, they have a top spoiler there, and the wind kind of gets dragged off the rear of the car in an aerodynamic fashion. So these cars were 124 horsepower, normal fuel efficiency around 6 to 6.5 litres, or old school that's around 40 odd miles per gallon, something like that. Sitting in the car, electrics for windows and mirrors down through here, parking sensors front and rear, and they go with a reverse camera. There's something if you want to have lane departure, so if you drift out of your lane you can turn it on. Great thing about these is you've got lane departure and you've got the function over here which comes up here called lane keep. However, if you don't like it, you can permanently turn them off. This is one of the last of those types of cars you can turn all these kind of features off. It has speed sign recognition in through there. This is a digital clock, so you can see the way it has a start-up sequence and all that kind of stuff. There's a trip computer then, so the button I'm pressing here, average speed, fuel efficiency, speed signs, maintenance information, all that kind of stuff. Radio and Bluetooth controls. These even had like cruise control, which is fine, nothing unusual there, but sorry, what did I say even? I mean, they even had adaptive cruise, so it would follow the car in front. If they slow down, you slow down. Wipers were automated, lights were automated, and they'd also dip when they meet traffic. Again, another tweeter and another speaker in the front doors. The other thing as well, so on these then, when you lock them, you would lock the car, that's fine, nothing unusual there. But the lights would turn off after about 20-30 seconds. Again, nothing unusual about that. But one handy feature was when you unlock the car, the lights would come on if it was dark outside. You can also control the windows and you can also control the door mirrors from the key. So that was kind of handy when you're locking the car. Anyway, back to some of the other features that are in the car. So over here in the center, that's just a little storage compartment that I bought for them. It's handy, and there's more storage under there. Drinks holder, which can be doubled in through there, so you can have 2 drinks holders here. This moves backwards or forwards. There is USB connector back through there, automatic park brake, storage, but more USB connectors in through there, HDMI. They'll have Apple CarPlay, and they'll also have Android Auto as well. So you can have Google Maps and Spotify and Audible and all that kind of stuff from your phone, or you can just use the Garmin maps that are already built into the car anyway. It's a nice dark interior. That might sound like a stupid thing to say, but there's a lot of privacy in the rear of the car. But this is black, so usually kind of sporty models of Hondas, they always have like a black headliner, so it's just a little bit more sporty. So I'm mega confident selling this car, obviously, because I know the car since day one, and like I said, it has a full service history and I've owned it anyway, so it's fine. Right, I think it's really nice in that colour. I like the little things like the splitter. I love them kind of daytime running, or sorry, the running lights on the side. I think they look really cool. But I see that they don't have them on the new model, and I just thought they were a kind of nice feature on this particular shape of car. But anyway, little badge on the back, getting rid of the chrome, small things like that. I think it looks really well as a white car. Now, yes, I am giving my best sales pitch here because it is my own car and I'm totally biased towards it. But I think it was a bloody nice car, and it was actually a really good car for us. So if you're looking for a Honda Civic of this type of description, then I think this is going to be, you know, one of the nice ones, just because of the mileage and the ownership kind of pattern on it. So give me a shout. I can do a trade-in, we can do finance, the car will come serviced, and I'll also be putting a 12-month warranty on it from the garage here as well. So this is a 2021, the second part of 2021. I think we registered it around July or August of 2021. So anyway, if you've watched to the end, I appreciate you watching, and if you like the car, then give me a shout. Hopefully it's of interest. Thanks a million for watching.